Whenever you feel it, let's go.
So, how many of you know what Labrador tea is?
I do love it.
No? Okay. So what if I told you it can help you prevent from getting sick? Would you be interested?
Yes.
Yes. So, an overview of what we're going to be talking about is first, we'll talk about what Labrador tea is, and then how to make the tea in several ways, and the different ways it is used to heal different types of diseases and illnesses. So we went over the preview. Let's start with learning about what the tea is. So what is Labrador tea? Labrador tea is a plant. And there are several different names for this type of tea. There's the Indian tea, James tea, marsh tea, and swamp tea. It is a flavorful tea, and when it is picked in the fall, according to Elisa Joni, that is when you have the most flavor, like when it's rich. A description of the tea: it has 5 white petals, and it grows about 3 feet tall. But it varies in different locations. Like on the Lower Yukon River, they grow about like 1 foot, but when I picked them here, they're about 3 feet. They have dark, narrow green leaves, and the undersides are covered with rust-colored hairs. And I had pictures here to show you a description of what they look like, but they're not showing up. So where can it be found? It can be found in many locations across North America, like Alaska, Washington, Oregon, North and South Dakota, mainly on the upper parts of the United States, where it is cooler. It can be found in Canada and Greenland. Now that we know where it can be found and the background of it, let's go into talking about how to make the Labrador tea. And there are several ways to make it. First, you put water into a kettle and you boil it. And then you add tea, like you can buy tea at the store, or use a different type of tea besides Labrador tea to release the potentity of the Labrador tea, because it can be very strong. Another way to make it is you could get a handful of the leaves and you put them into a kettle and you add water. You boil and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that will release the potentity of the Labrador tea. And you could also add lemon or sugar for it to be more tasteful. Now that we know that it can be a tasteful drink and it can let's go over the medical uses. Labrador tea can be used as a cleanser to help with stomach flu, diarrhea, chills, pneumonia, and difficulty urinating. It is also a good remedy for hangovers, according to Anderson. It is also used to clean wounds. Like if you have a cut, you can lay it over and it can help with the wound becoming infected. So first you boil the stems and the leaves, and then you let it cool off, and then you put a cloth inside and let it soak in there for a couple minutes. And then you place it onto the wound or cut. And the antimicrobial priorities reduce infections, according to Joni. Medical treatments. It is a commonly used medicine in the Canadian First Nations for treatments according to Philia. And the medical treatments they use it for is a type 2 diabetes, respiratory illnesses, sore throats, and headaches. In conclusion, we learned what Labrador tea is, the location it can be found, how to make the tea in several ways, and ways it can help heal a person's body. And these are my sources.